dari Komplek Balai Budaya Minomartani Ngaglik Lintang. Inilah Radio BBM, Jaringan Radio Komunitas Yogyakarta.
Radio Komunitas Balai Budaya Minomartani. Radio Budaya, Radio Warga, Radio Kita Bersama.
Hello Warga Budaya. Thank you for listening to BBM FM Community Radio, Yogyakarta, Indonesia.
Community Radio BBM FM, Creation for Nation.
Radio Komunitas BBM FM. Dukunglah budaya Indonesia.
.7 BBM FM Community Radio. So hi guys, so good afternoon to every single one of you, and I bet you never heard our voice before, so let us introduce ourselves. My name is Biru, and this is my friends.
I'm Lintang.
And my another friend.
I'm Fitri.
And we'll be talking about Keraton. But before we're talking about Keraton, we will explain what is Keraton to those who may never seen Keraton or to those who may not know about Keraton. So Fitri, it's not Fitri. So it's Lintang. Place this is yours.
Okay, thank you, Biru. If you come to Jogja, guys, don't forget to include Keraton as part of your tour because Keraton is one of the most visited places in the city of Jogja. Keraton is very popular and always crowded with so many visitors for both domestic and foreign tourists. In Keraton, you will learn a lot about history and culture. Keraton Jogja is one of the cultural heritage that is still preserved well until now. Besides seeing the collection of historical objects in Keraton Museum, you can also watch the art performances such as gamelan, macapat, puppet, and others. With this, visitors will get cultural education from the local wisdom.
Oh, thank you, Lintang, for the very insightful knowledge about Keraton. Now, on to the first session, which is, what about your first impression on Keraton? Like, when you first arrived in Keraton, anyone would like to go first?
Me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, for me, I never been to the Keraton Yogyakarta before, and yesterday was my first time I visited the Keraton with you guys. The location from UGM Universitas Gadjah Mada is not far, maybe around 10 until 15 minutes. When we arrived the Keraton and parked our motorcycles, we were confused about where the Keraton was and where the entrance was.
Yes, it's true, it's very confusing.
Yes, but luckily there was a kind merchant who told us the direction to enter the Keraton.
That's great. What about you, Lintang?
For me, my first impression is when me and my friends visited Keraton on Friday, I guess. It was very crowded and there were many visitors, but in my opinion, somehow the atmosphere was very calm and not too noisy inside Keraton. And in Keraton, the buildings are interesting and still maintain their authenticity. I think it's a nice thing. And how about you, Biru?
Oh, my first impression was like, what is this sandy field? Because we arrived from the North Alun-Alun, right? North
Yes.
City Hall.
Altar.
Yes, altar. There's so much sand, right? And nobody's
Yes.
there. And when we arrived at the parking lot, I was like, it's so hot in here, and where should I go? Where should we go? And luckily, some good merchant told us about where the Keraton is, and we found our way.
Yay.
Now, moving to the next session is walking from the parking lot to Keraton. Do you guys notice anything you guys want to share?
Yes, what I see after arriving at Keraton, then walking from the parking lot, there are many sellers of accessories, decorations, even photos outside Keraton. I don't really know about the price, but if it is too expensive, maybe you can offer it with the sellers, I guess. And what about the others?
I noticed there's lots of food merchant and also traditional arts and craft, but more like toys. So it's not really functional. It's just there as accessories. What about you? Oh, I think that's all we saw, right? We all saw the same thing. So moving on to the next, where we buy the tickets. Anyone would like to share?
Okay, visiting the Keraton Yogyakarta, I think is cheap. For us, for college student, only 15,000 rupiah per person, per students. And there are also many people visiting the Keraton, such as students on a study tour like junior high school, vocational high school, and also foreigners, etc.
Okay. And after we bought the ticket, we went into the Keraton through this big door. Maybe it's a gate, maybe it's a door. In the door there is lots of tour guide and lots of tourists there. And
Yes.
I think it's the main entrance, right? Because there's no other entrance aside from it. And heading deeper into the Keraton, we see there's lots of gamelan. Big and small.
It's aesthetic,
Yes.
right?
Very
Gamelan.
complete gamelan.
Yes.
Yes, you guys see it too, right?
Yes.
And there's also a statue of, I don't know what statue of it, but I think the statue is pretty cool. And then when we head deeper into the Keraton, I see some abdi dalam. They're resting, and there's also prohibition of taking pictures of them. I mean, we can take pictures with them, but we cannot take pictures of them resting.
Yes, of them as the background.
Yes.
I think
And-
it's privacy, right?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It's privacy.
And we also visited the Keraton Yogyakarta Cup Museum at Gedung Patehan. The eating and drinking utensils stored in the Cup Museum are a unique collection. The Cup Museum is just a name because in this context, the cup is a tool for serving drinks or drinking water for relatives and guests visiting the Keraton Yogyakarta.
Okay, and we also seeing many abdi dalam and the strange prohibitions. Like after we enter Keraton and walking around Keraton, you will meet the abdi dalam who wear traditional clothes, even they are barefoot. I'm amazed by how they can walk without any footwear, even on a hot sunny day. Their feet must be used to walking on the heat ground.
Yeah, you're right.
Talking about abdi dalam, I think they are very friendly. Like if you want to know more about the palace, you can ask them. They will happily explain everything about the palace to the visitors.
In the Keraton, yes, there are many abdi dalam, and I was curious why they don't wear slippers. And it turns out that the reason illustrate that they are God servants. This is importance of not wearing slippers or footwear because all people who have high ranks do not wear slippers. That has been the rule since Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono I and applies until now. Abdi dalam must humble themselves.
Right, that was one of the things that I really liked about Keraton. Oh, speaking of which, have I mentioned about the big and small gamelan before?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is really cool to see such instrument displayed, but it's a bit of a shame that we cannot see it perform live, I think.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the schedule of when would they perform it live?
I think you can check it on their Instagram.
Ah.
There's a schedule on.
Oh, so you should have seen it before we went there.
Okay.
And there's also lots of tourists, like what Fitri mentioned before. Speaking of tourists, the tourist is very diverse, not just students, but there's also tourists from outside our country, like foreigner, and there's also tourists from UGM, right?
Right.
Right, you saw it with the yellow shirt?
Yes, I saw. And the tour guide told us it's not lecture, but it's employee, staff.
Oh, it's
Staff from UGM.
Oh, I thought it was a lecturer or students maybe from other faculties. Oh, and speaking of tourists needs a tour guide. And there is also lots and lots and lots of tour guide. They're all dressed in green. Do you guys know why they are dressed in green?
I guess
I don't
not.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we
You
should
know?
ask. Oh, and we also have some very exclusive interview with one of the tour guides. But we'll talk about it after this break. guys, so we're back and this is the interview that we promised we're gonna play. Play it.
Itu tadi mbaknya kan udah masuk.
Iya.
Terus ada yang gedung kuning tahu ya? Tadi
Masuk terus ke kanannya itu.
Iya, itu tempatnya. Belakangnya itu di sana jauh.
Yang mana sih?
Ya itu gedung kuning ada masuk lagi ada pelataran itu. Ada bangsa besar sekali itu. Itu sebelahnya sana.
Jauh dari sini. Jauh dari sini.
Ya enggak jauh.
Apa di dalam sini?
Iya, ini hanya pelataran, keraton Kiran sana ya nggak jauh. Tapi kan enggak kita kunjungi.
Tapi memang beliau tinggalnya di sini.
Iya. Di Keraton Kilen, namanya Keraton Kilen.
Terus kenapa yang abdi dalam itu kok suka nyeker gitu? Emang nggak boleh pakai alas kaki ya, Bu?
Ya kalau pakaian pakaian tradisional itu pakaian jangkep itu namanya, nggak pakai. Saya pun kalau nanti hari Selasa dan hari Kamis ya seperti itu.
Cuma hari tertentu kalau Ibu?
Iya.
Nggak setiap hari, Bu?
Setiap harinya saya seperti ini. Tapi kalau hari Selasa dan Kamis itu saya pakai konde, pakai jangkep, pakai itu.
Kenapa cuma hari itu, Bu? Cuma hari apa?
Ya kalau setiap hari aku kan yang gaida kasihan enggak panas kan.
Oh iya.
Itu pun nanti gaida kalau sudah Selasa karena sudah bertahan Selasa dan Kamis itu pada gaetan kan panas sekali, nggak pakai di keraton juga nggak boleh pakai cenilo, namanya cenilo. Cenilo
itu apa?
Ya sandal.
Oh, itu biasa
keraton ya cenilo, tidak kelilan, tidak boleh, tidak buatan kelilan pakai. Iya, ini tugasnya apa tuh Mbak?
Bang buat podcast itu. Yang temanya itu tentang keraton. Ya itu disuruh observasi kayak gitu.
Hanya kan memang sultan saja, tempat tinggalnya sultan aja.
Gimana?
Yang tempat tinggalnya sultan aja.
Iya kayaknya. Terserah sih Bu sebenarnya. Kalau itu Bu, menurut Ibu tempat di sini yang paling menarik itu apa, yang wajib banget dikunjungin gitu?
Ya keraton yang tempat tinggal sultan kan ini. Iya keraton kan namanya keraton di Karatuan, tempat keraton, Karatuan, tempat keraton, Karaton gitu kan, bukan keraton, Karaton. Iya. Itu yang di tempat yang menarik di Jogja yaitu Karatuan, tempatnya ratu.
Di sini tuh biasanya kalau ada acara kayak main gamelan gitu, itu di mana sih?
Setiap hari Selasa.
Selasa
itu gamelan, ada tarian satu petilan. Kalau hari Rabu itu wayang golek. Kalau hari Kamis wayang kulit. Sekarang hari Jumat kan hanya mau copat.
Di mana itu?
Di situ di bang ini masuk.
Udah tadi
udah masuk belum?
Udah.
Ya itu masuk gitu di bangsa itu.
Jadi kok nggak ada ya?
Bukan mau copat, hanya membaca seperti membaca. Hari Jumat nggak boleh beli gamelan. Kalau besok banyak kesini ada tarian wayang wong bagus.
Itu tadi.
Di Selimangati itu bangsa
banyak gamelannya itu.
Besok datang sini lagi. Mau lihat tarian jam 11.
Tadi ya tembang mau cepat ada yang nyanyi juga.
Enggak nyanyi, hanya membaca.
Musiknya aja.
Enggak musik enggak kulilan bunyikan musik.
Kayak baca puisi gitu.
Hanya membaca puisi aja.
Nyanyi gitu ya, Mas?
Enggak nyanyi. Enggak, ya mama baca puisi itulah.
Kalau yang gamelan itu kapan?
Selasa itu gamelan hanya ada tariannya satu petilan, satu tarian saja. Kalau hari Rabu itu wayang golek, hari Kamis itu wayang kulit. Itu kalau Jumat mau copat, hari Sabtu dan Minggu itu rahmen wayang wong.
Kalau itu tuh setiap minggu pasti ada?
Iya, setiap minggu pasti ada. Besok datang sini aja
sekitar jam berapa Bu?
Jam 11 mulai.
11-nya mulai?
Iya, jangan sampai jam 12. Ya, setelah 11 itulah. 1 jam itu bagus sekali itu tariannya. Apalagi
that was actually a great interview. Thank you, Fitri and Lintang, for interviewing the lady, the nice lady over there, while I'm just sitting because I'm completely exhausted. But a funny story that happened to me when I was sitting outside. So as I was sitting in the fence, there's a guy who's about to buy a ring, perhaps, and the guy asked the seller, will the color fade? And the seller assured him, like, no, it won't fade. If it fades within a year, then you can come back and you can claim your money. The seller told the buyer that it is made from pure titanium. Yeah, it is pure titanium. And then the buyer felt assured and then went away, right? And after the buyer went away, one of the seller's friend came in and then asked, is it really titanium? And the seller responded with, of course not, why do you think I am? Yeah, that was a pretty funny story while you were interviewing the nice lady.
Yeah, if I were you, I will record it.
Yeah, I should have recorded it and put it here.
Yes, I think that's a funny story, like how
Thank
tricky
you.
the seller is.
Yes, it was very tricky. Thank you.
But also, as mentioned before in the interview, I just knew about the prohibition for the tour guide to wear footwear on Tuesday and Tuesday. It's a good information for me.
You said that the abdi dalam cannot wear footwear, right?
Yes.
But the tour guide can, but cannot wear footwear in Tuesday and Thursday.
They can't.
Oh, okay. So that's new knowledge for me. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Oh yes, and also curious about where Sultan Hamengkubuwono lives. We also asked the Keraton Yogyakarta guide there in which part of the Keraton Sultan Hamengkubuwono X live. It turned out he lives in the Kilen part of the Keraton Kilen. It's not far from the one we visited.
Oh, so the one we visited is not the place where the Sultan lives?
No,
Oh,
it's different.
but can we visit the place where the Sultan lives?
No, I want to add more.
Okay.
What's funny is I just knew that Keraton is also the residence of the Sultan of Yogyakarta, or Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono. I thought Keraton was just a place where he worked. So I thought he had another place as his own house outside the palace. If Keraton is always crowded every day, I hope he is not disturbed or bothered by the noise of the visitors. So, besides being a historical site, Keraton also used for the residence of the Sultan. But it is said that me, as a local person from Jogja, don't know much about my hometown. Maybe it's a sign for me to often walking or hanging out around Jogja.
Yes, we also visited a temporary exhibition called Lenggahing Harjuna. This exhibition has the theme Sultan, Tahta, and Kedaulatan, or Sultan's Thrones and Sovereignty. The exhibition is a celebration of the 80th anniversary of Sultan Hamengkubuwono X. Keraton Yogyakarta held a series of activities in the framework of Mangayu Pokyo titled Lenggahing Harjuna with the theme of sovereignty by presenting a chronicle of the figure of the young Prince BRM Harjuno Darbito, or the current Sultan Hamengkubuwono, to various achievement and cultural paradigms launched when he became Sultan and Governor.
I just want to add more about the exhibitions. So from the exhibition, we can learn about the life journey starting from the inauguration of Harjuno as the Sultan to all the achievements he has achieved. That explained in the exhibitions. There is also an illustration of childhood games. So Harjuno, or Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono X, often play various traditional games with Sentono Dalam and his peers in the Keraton yard, such as marbles, bentik, kites, and so on. Then there is also the Tree of Life of Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono IX that depicts the Sultan's kinship relationships with his wife and children. The exhibition also explained about the return of the heirloom wayang as a good Omid. Kusuma Remesing Madu, the illustrations of Carnival, a new chapter of Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono X as Governor of Yogyakarta, an explanation of the clothes worn by the Sultan, and many more. Through this exhibition of Yogyakarta Palace or Keraton invites the public to get to know more about their Sultan, the highest leader of the cultural institution in the palace, as well as the governor in Yogyakarta. The exhibition runs from October 21, 2023 to January 28, 2024. So, if you want to know more, you can still come to Keraton to see this temporary exhibition.
Oh, if I may add, if I'm not mistaken, I see that Sultan went to UGM as well. I think in 68, but he only graduated in 82. But I forgot from which faculty he was.
Oh, law faculty.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it law? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Wait, it takes so long for him to graduate. Do you know?
The tour guide actually explained it to us because if you were back then, if you were to repeat a subject, you have to repeat a whole year. So that's why it takes him so long to
It's so difficult.
Yeah, we also see his student card back then from 72. I think I forgot. But yeah, that was interesting history. We shared the same campus with the Sultan.
I just know it.
Yeah.
I'll talk in the different faculty.
Yeah. Okay, I guess it's time for me to ask about what you like the most about Keraton.
For me, what I like about Keraton and the point plus the extra point for Keraton is that the place is very clean. I almost didn't see any trash thrown carelessly there. And then in every museum display, there is a very informative description that makes it easy for visitors to understand the objects in the palace museum. For addition, what I like about Keraton is that the people there, like the workers, abdi dalam, or anyone, are very friendly. This really reflects the image of Jogja with its politeness and hospitality. And what about the others?
Okay, for me, what I like about the Keraton is there are a lot of abdi dalam, so the atmosphere is like the old days when it was still royal kingdom time. And yeah, visiting there, I got a lot of new insights that I had never known before. I really want to visit there again to watch other performance such as wayang orang, macapat, wayang golek, wayang kulit, and dance, etc. Yeah.
And me? Oh wait, you said you wanted to see some live performance, right?
Yes.
We have the recording of gamelan.
Oh yes.
Yes. We'll show you at the end of the session. And for what I like the most about Keraton is, I think the way they carry their tradition, their culture throughout the years. Like, it's modern time, right? But they're still wearing some kind of beskap and batik, and they're with the rules like no footwears and etc. I think that's what I like the most about Keraton. They keep up with their traditions.
Yes, agree.
And because we're already in the end of the session, even though there's a lot to talk about Keraton, we only have limited time. So here I am, Biru, my friend.
And I'm Lintang.
And I'm Fitri.
Here we are to say goodbye. So thank you guys for listening. Goodbye, and I'll see you another time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Terima kasih. Anda sedang mendengarkan Radio Komunitas BBM FM 107,7 MHz.
Dipancarkan dari kawasan Balai Budaya Minomartani, Radio Komunitas BBM.